Hi, welcome back. This is Lina from Shepherd's Cottage. Today is the 7th of December. It's Sunday. My son just left to go back home yesterday. The reason I wanted to pop on today is because I've been seeing quite a few comments of people, asking where they can get certain yarns, certain yarns that maybe Joann has had, or maybe because their Michaels, like mine, for instance, doesn't carry a huge variety of colors of certain yarns. So I wanted to, let everybody know where you can find some of these yarns. At least some of my favorite yarns. We'll be going over 5 different types of yarns. So this is going to be good not only for us seasoned makers, but also for the new makers that are looking to dive into crocheting. And this will also help you see what kind of yarns are good for, what kind of projects. And, maybe you can give a few of these yarns a try. And I'll let you know too what some of those uses are, or what some of the uses can be. We're going to start off with Big Twist. So Big Twist was one of Joann's value yarns, and the price point was perfect, very versatile. So right now, since Joann's is no longer with us, you can in store at Michael's find some Big Twist. If your Michael's is anything like mine, we don't have a huge variety of Big Twist yarn. So I myself have been looking at where I can purchase more colorways and things like that, and different types. So the three main types I'm going to talk about with the Big Twist are the value and value pound, and that's your size 4 100% acrylic yarn. And then also your Posh yarn, which is size 5, and that's a polyester chenille yarn. And the last one for Big Twist is going to be your Plush, and that's going to be your size 6 100% polyester yarn. So in store, if you're lucky enough to have a Michaels that has a great variety, your Michaels should have a lot of those. May not have the amount of colorways that Joann's had, but you should be able to find some. The other store, other than Michael's, is Hirschner's. If you're lucky enough to live in Wisconsin, Stevens Point, Wisconsin, you can actually go into their storefront for Hirschner's. And they have a great variety online as well. So that is another place that you can look for these yarns for Big Twist at Hirschner's. Is actually in their store or online. Online too for Big Twist, you can look at Walmart and Mary Maxim. And like I said, just to let you all know, I should have said at the beginning that this is not going to be an all-inclusive list of where you can find these yarns, because there are some places that I just didn't choose to mention on here, but it is a great start of where you can find some good deals for these yarns, either in store or online. So getting back to it, for the Big Twist, that was the 3 that we went over, was the value pound, the Posh, and your Plush. Some of the uses that you can use for any of those 3, or all of those 3, are for wearables, your amigurumi, blankets, including like granny squares. Okay, so Big Twist has a big variety on types of colors. They can be solids, they can be your ombre, and they also have like a twinkle yarn, and also like a variegated yarn or a heathered yarn. Just tons and tons of options. So if you're looking for a lot of variety in colors, that'd be, and a great value, that'd be one good way to go. And here, looking at Hirschner's, they seem to have a pretty good deals right now. I don't know how much longer they're going to be having these deals, but I would definitely give them a look and see if there's anything that you might be interested, which I know there probably will be. So the next one is Bernat Blanket, and this is going to be Bernat Blanket, either just regular Bernat Blanket or baby. Those are the 2 that I like to use personally, and they're size 6 bulky weight yarn, and they are 100% polyester. So you can buy these still at Michael's. As I mentioned previously, my store doesn't have a huge variety. They're getting a little bit better, I think, about the types and varieties that they have for the Bernat Blanket. But another place that I found in store, like I said, Hirschner's, if you're lucky enough to live near the Hirschner's, then you can go in store. If not, you can always find them online on Hirschner's and Michael's. Some other places to find Bernat Blanket yarn online is your Walmart, your Fred Meyer, Mary Maxim, Wool and Company, and Office Supply. So one thing I did want to mention, which I forgot, especially with Big Twist, is to be careful for the scammy sites out there. Like there's a Big Twist website, but it's not a legit website. So I don't even go there and try to buy any yarn. Just stick with the main like the big box stores and then your Hirschner's and Mary Maxim. There's other places too that you could probably buy the Big Twist, maybe on Etsy or something like that, from somebody who purchased some yarn and they're just looking to offload it. But yeah, just be careful and make sure you're using a legit website. All right, so Bernat Blanket yarn, the uses for that are endless, basically. It's just like the Big Twist. You can use it for a lot of different things. I use it mainly for amigurumi. I've made a few blankets out of it. Some wearables that you can make can be like a hoodie. It'll be a super, super thick, warm hoodie, but you can do that. Home goods wise, I've mentioned blankets. You can make your pet bed out of them. You can also use it for pillows and things like that. And I think it's really good for the plushies because it can be super soft, especially if you're using the baby Bernat Blanket. It's usually a lot softer than your regular Bernat Blanket, but they're both very cuddly, so either one will work for that. All right, so Lion Brand, you've heard me talk about them before, especially the Thick and Quick. So Joann, this was one that Joann carried too and had a lot of variety. Michael's does have a pretty decent variety. However, when I was doing my research for this, Michael's was not the only place in store. Again, Hirschner's and some Walmarts. If your Walmart carries a lot of yarn, you might find a few varieties in there for the Thick and Quick. And then, of course, your online options are going to be Lion Brand yarn itself, Michael's, Walmart, Hirschner's, Mary Maxim, Wool and Company, and Office Supply. So with Lion Brand, like I've mentioned with these, you can use them to make hats. You can use them to make the fingerless gloves. You can use them to make scarves. You can use them to even make blankets, throws, pillows, and again, pet beds. It's super thick, super comfy. It's not scratchy or itchy. So those are some of its uses. The last two brands that I'm going to talk about are both cotton. They're both going to be 100% cotton. The first one is K plus C cotton, and it's a number 3 weight yarn. You can only find this right now at Hirschner's. So either, like I said, in store if you're lucky enough, or online at Hirschner's. And they have both the solid and then the line variety cotton on there. And I love these for any wearables that you can wear in your hair because they're not hard like your Lily Sugars and Cream. And you can also use them for washcloths, like, for taking a bath, or even for like a baby. It's soft enough, it's not harsh, it's not like something that you want to use for your dishes. It's something you can use on baby skin or your own skin, and it feels luxurious. At least it does to me. So that is your K plus C 3 weight cotton yarn found at Hirschner's. And the last one is the Lily Sugars and Cream, and that's a number 4, size 4 cotton, 100% cotton. You can find those at your Fred Meyer's if your Fred Meyer's carries yarn, Hirschner's, also online at Walmart and your Fred Meyer, Mary Maxim, Wool and Company. So the Lily Sugars and Cream is also very versatile. You can use it to make, I like to use it to make bags. I like to use it to make bucket hats, some home good type thingies, dishcloths, trevettes, and things of that nature. But those are like 2 different varieties that I like. K and C for your more things that are going to touch your skin. And then the Lily Sugars and Cream, more like a things that are not going to be directly on your body. So maybe the hat will be on your head, but it's not going to be like constantly rubbing. But it's, then again, it's not like super like abrasive, like a scrubby type of thingy. It's just not as comfortable, I guess, if you're going to be tying it around the back of your neck or something. So those are a few of the yarns that Joann's used to carry with a good color variety, which, you know, you kind of have to like go look for now at these different places. But it's doable, and a lot of the times they do have some pretty good deals. Yarn Inspirations is another place where I get some yarn. I did place an order here recently. I'm trying, I think I went to Premier Yarn, so that'd be my first time trying some Premier Yarn. I did go to Yarn Inspirations, and I believe I also went to Hirschner's for some yarn. So when those come in, maybe I'll do like an unboxing so you guys can see what I got and what I'm working with there. The next thing that we're doing, which we're working towards probably as soon as I hop off here, is we're going to be market prepping. So I don't know if you remember in our last video, we mentioned that, you know, we may do another market if we get called for one. And we got called for this one, and it's a 2-day market. No, it's a 3-day market. No, you're right. It's a 2-day market. And so we got some market prepping to do. We are going to be doing blind bags this time, so we already started a little bit of prep work on those. This market is going to be December 13th and 14th. And then we'll also be market prepping for our following market, which we don't plan on doing another one. I say that now. We don't plan on doing another one until April. And that is going to be actually for a trading card convention. And that's going to be a 3-day one. I believe that's our first 3-day market. So we're going to see how that goes. I think I'm stressing out about it just a little bit right now, but it should be fine. As long as we actually do a lot of prep work. I think we'll be good. That's all I have for now. If you have any questions about any other yarns that maybe that you used to find at Joann's that you no longer find at Joann's, let me know. I won't mind seeing what we can dig up on where we can find it and maybe where you can get your best deal on it. I'm also going to provide the spreadsheet of the yarns that we spoke about today and where you can get those, so you can keep that stashed away somewhere for when you want to go look for maybe a colorway that you run out of and you can't find at your local Michael's or your Walmart or Fred Meyer. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful, and I'll catch you in the next one.